27th of September 2024, garden update. There's the little side garden, looking a bit worse for wear, but some of the gladioli transplanted bulbs seem to be coming up, and the new transplanted, grown from seed alyssum's doing alright. On to the next bit. So the front little garden, the hebe flowers come out, looking quite nice. A number of the aquilegia come out as well, which is good. That one there obviously still on its way, that's okay. Oh, there's a dandelion, I'll have to get that out at some point. A few other flowers are certainly starting to pick up now, which is good. I'll go around the front. There you go. There's the long walk around. This is the latest front yard garden extension, as it were. I need to do a lot of de-weeding there. That's alright. And then the bees enjoying the lavender there, which is good. Lemon tree doing alright. The old shower flower shadow in shot. So these are the gladioli that the ones around the side came from. This is the original bed for them, and these should be my first lot of liliums, which are LA hybrids, I think. I can't remember what the actual variety was called. But then my favourite part at the moment is the bird bath garden. Ignore the bird bath water. But the tulips popped up here. Nice bit of colour and such there, which is good. And I'll spin around. Some more bits and pieces. There's some here with a little bug there. The Daphne, which is doing quite well. Oh, still got some flowers on there. Fencing post thing here, that's alright. A number of these are aquilegia, and they're actually self-seeded, which is fine. Totally okay with that. Oh, now, get rid of the sticky weed there, because we don't want that. Pull as close to the base as possible, and that should be that. There we go. The snapdragons there, the lupin there. There's another lupin over there. Duck around here. The hollyhocks, there's still signs of them there. They may come back. If they don't, that's fine. I can put something else in there and give it a new try. That's the Nepeta, I believe it was. And this little rough experimenty sort of bit here. I'll get rid of that weed there. Put that back in there properly. There we go. So that's actually still going. I thought that might have died off, but it's doing all right. Got another bulb coming up there. This was basically a whole bunch of spare topsoil, as it were, and it was quite dry and clay rich, so I've just been sort of adding organic material to it to hopefully eventually turn it into a more favourable growing position. I think it's another one of the Nepeta varieties. The daffodils, they've kind of finished for now, but that's okay, because in their place we have some other ones. That's big hollyhock there, that should be doing right. That, I believe, is a lilac. I think lilac, basically one of these ones, but that one came up blue previously, so hopefully it does again. But they've got a nice bit of colour there, bit of pink in there. Another Nepeta there. I've actually got the variety of that one. A bit hard to get to. Yeah, can't quite reach that, but there we go. Another tulip in there. And the viburnum are starting to come up now, which is good. And we'll go around the back. So, the veggie patch. This is a bit interesting because there's a lot of green, and believe it or not, the majority of it is not actually weeds. So a bunch of brassicas. These are, I think, are actually cauliflower. And you might be able to see I've got some broccoli in there as well. In amongst here we've got either onion, leek, or what's the other one? Garlic. I don't think that's garlic, but it could very well be onion or leek. And I've got some peas growing here as well, so that's good. I'm not sure if my grapevine there has survived, but hopefully it has. We'll see. And over here we've got some self-sown lettuce and more, I believe, probably onion, yes? I'm not entirely sure. Actually, there's some bolted lettuce there, I'll just have to sort out. There's some poppies there, which are totally fine to grow there, that's okay. As we move along, see, I think the way these are forming, I suspect these are cauliflower. I also have some celery in the back here. First time I've tried growing that, so that'll be interesting. Now, these ones, actually I've just noticed it's got a head on there. I think that's probably an onion. I'm not entirely sure, because I don't remember planting them this year, but I did have some last year, so it might be ones that got left in there and have continued to grow, or they might have actually dropped seed and I didn't realise. But yeah, I might have to remove that. I'll have a check at that at some point, but anyway. And then in here, I'll just pull the weed one over here. There's more. See, these are, I think, the same ones, and these definitely look like they're onions. Oh, I've got more of the sticky weed that gets in everywhere. Nuisance that it is. Fling that over there for the moment. I've also got a lot of carrots here, as you can see. So that's nice. Wait for the car to go past. Self-seeded potato, because my potatoes are always self-seeded. Now, I believe these are garlic here and garlic there from remaining cloves from last year's, and possibly some supermarket ones as well, actually. Some iceberg lettuce. Back over this way, so that's probably another cauliflower, I think. Some more beans. More broccoli, more brassicas. Again, I think these are mostly cauliflower. And this section, which I don't know if you remember, we had the posts, which were, I think it was onion, carrot, I think then leek, carrot, leek, or possibly garlic. But I think what's happened here, I mean, you can see some of the alliums popping through in some places, but I think what's mostly happened is that the carrots have kind of taken the light from most of that and are getting all the nutrients, but that's okay. Oop. Topple over a bit there. Got another big one growing there, so that could be interesting. That could be interesting to have a look at some point and see what it is that's growing. Okay, we go around a bit this way. More lettuce. They've been getting a bit of slug damage and things. Oh, I've also got another Aquilegia here. I've got a alyssum in there because I thought a few little flowers around the edges are probably quite nice for there. This is the second time this one has flowered. This was actually a cabbage a couple of years ago now and got a bit of damage, but sort of survived, but sort of didn't. But that'll just keep going as it is. This looks like it has definitely suffered from leaf curl. This one's never fruited. I suspect it's a nectarine. I'm not too concerned about that one. This one, however, is the apricot tree that got damaged and is clearly coming back quite nicely. And then we have the one that turned out to be a peach tree, which looks like it's got a little bit of leaf curl, but hopefully that'll come good. Obviously, need to weed there. My rhubarb, which is a bit of a mess. I probably need to put that somewhere else. Same with my gooseberry bush here. But we'll see how those do. Compost heap, looking a bit small at the moment. I'll have to top that up. Have another trip out to get some more cow manure, I think. Not cow manure, horse manure at some point. This is from the front garden bed, that one that I was showing, the latest one that was made out the front. Just stack that up so that can rot down, hopefully. and create some nice topsoil. Josterberry, which looks like it's doing okay. Nice few little plants. I also have some of the cuttings that I took from the gooseberry are actually growing. There's another one there, another one there. So they're doing alright. My blueberry bush appears to have some flowers on it, and possibly some fruit starting to form, so that's good. That'd be nice. The mess of a corner, as you can see, a lot of the sweet peas coming up there, which is nice. The foxglove looks like it might actually put some flowers on fairly soon, which is good. And the hollyhock there, a whole bunch of nigella. The pond, which is looking a bit worse for wear. So I'll just have a quick check. Yeah, well, that fish might not be doing so well. We can check later, I think. Anyway, I've got little bits here, more. Hang on, let's do a double check. Okay, that's a little bit of a check. I don't think it's necessarily doing so well. It is, sorry, it is moving, but not so well. It might be a bit trapped there. The pond is looking a bit abysmal. Probably needs a lot of maintenance. I'll see if I can tend to that a bit later. Anyway, we'll continue on. Now, this is a bamboo, which I bought recently, and I've possibly killed. We shall see, because it's looking a bit dry here. I'm hoping that perhaps these new ones will come good, but yes. The idea is that I can hopefully use this to grow my own garden steaks. Theoretically. We shall see how that goes, though. Into the greenhouse. Audrey is still doing quite well. It feels quite warm and humid in here, as you'd expect. So, these are from chia seeds. So those are, see if I can remember, probably not. Salvia, I believe is what they are, if memory serves. So I've got a few of those just because I thought it'd be interesting to see how they do. These are all capsicum from supermarket varieties, or from supermarket bought. Let's give them a little bit of a sprinkling there. There we go. And in here, I've started some sunflowers because I want to see if I can get a nice little string of sunflowers along the front. It's interesting. Not sure what's going on there. It's almost like the roots are upside down. Oh well, I'll leave that for the moment. I'll see if I can salvage that at some point. But anyway, in here, trying to some snapdragon seeds, but I don't know if they'll be particularly successful. But that's all right. I think those are my rosemary there, and then cuttings from one of the plants in the front. There. We've got one of the, I believe that's one of the kiwi fruits, not doing super well. That, I'm not even sure if that's something that I planted or if it's a weed, but it's kind of like the spare one at the moment, so that's fine. Not an issue. Over this side, there's some more celery, there's leftovers. This is the kiwi fruit that I overwatered at one point, so it's not looking so good. I haven't had the heart to actually throw it out, so we'll see. Probably won't come back, but oh well. Eggplant overwintered from last year, so that'll be interesting to see what happens there. More cuttings. I doubt any of these are going to work, but I was just experimenting anyway. Not sure what that is. It's quite possibly, a nectarine, probably. Got some cosmos here, which I need to plant out. This is my camellia tea plant. So this is the one that actually can be used to make tea, and I'm a big tea drinker, so I'll be curious to see if I can get this growing successfully. Bought at the same time as the bamboo. This one's obviously looking a lot healthier, but still can probably do with a bit more care to get it going better. I think these are all Canterbury bells, except for that, obviously, which is a couple of alliums, probably onions. Don't know, rosemary. Kiwi fruit, and then I think just weeds scattered in there. I think this is another salvia, and then there's some more of the cuttings. That's looking a bit dry, so that's probably not great for them. Those two look alright, so we'll see how that goes. In here we have the alpine strawberry, which seems to be doing alright. That was a bought hyacinth, which had a flower at the time, so it's just continuing on now. There's no more flower to it, but that's fine. A bunch of iceberg lettuce that I decided to plant out. Potatoes. The avocado, grown from seed, still doing quite nicely there. One of the pineapples is looking quite healthy. I'm tempted to try the trick of putting an apple in there to encourage it to grow the fruit, but we'll see. I'll let it go for a bit longer before I try that. We'll see how we go. The other pineapple is in there, hidden by the alyssum, so it isn't growing a lot, but it's not dead, so that's all right. We've got the bells of Ireland there. Can't remember what that one is, but it's got flowers, so I like it. Yay! The capsicum, which is now in its, I think, 3rd year, and it's not in the best condition, obviously. When I moved it at one stage, it turned out that a bunch of the roots were kind of uncovered, so I think it's just slowly dying off there. But I will be quite happy to replace it with some of the new ones, which looks like that's kind of how you're supposed to do it anyway. The spare viburnum, as you can see, the snowball tree, starting to get its flowers like the ones in the front. And here there are 2 potatoes in here, but as you can also see, I've got some cuttings from my raspberry and also another one from the gooseberry. So I've got some raspberries and gooseberries growing in there. Another brassica, another brassica, another brassica. The passion fruit vine doesn't seem to have done much, but it's fine. It's not looking dead. It's just not looking like it's done much. So that's okay. That can stay there. So we'll do the whole... Oh, yeah. I still have a butternut pumpkin / squash, although it looks like that's rotting now, so I'll probably have to add that to the compost heap, which is fine. So we'll do ignore the weeds, like those, don't look at those. Come over this way to the little back garden here. Do the white shot first. The 2 apple trees, I'm doing alright. The top of that one looks a bit rough, but it's got some fresh growth underneath, which is looking quite nice and healthy. The nectarine tree, which is arguably the oldest one I've got, this is grown from seed. I didn't get around to spraying that with the copper sulfate, the liquid copper sulfate, so that's got its leaf curl quite severely. It does every year. This is the first time I've actually tried the copper sulfate because I remember to do it and managed to do it before the other ones were starting to get affected. Self-sown lettuce, still need to weed some more of that, but I have weeded a lot of here. There was this is where my cafe au lait dahlia was. I don't know how well it's going to go because it was overwintered as it's left in the ground. We'll see what happens. Orange tree there, grown from seed. It's doing alright. It's not dead, which is good. There's a lot of weeds that need to be taken out of here. There's obviously some poppies as well. This hebe hasn't flowered, but it is swamped by weeds and other plants, so that's probably why. Over here, not sure what the flowers are, but they look nice. I was going to say they could be alyssum, but they don't look like that one, so they're probably not. They're something else, but they look very nice. And over to here, we have viola, Johnny Jump Up. Got some peas, which is nice, and the dianthus. Oh, and also a transplanted bulb of some sort. Anyway, that is the garden, 27th of September 2024. Thank you for watching and happy growing.